strong rest of the road, so we just in the crystal sound. The gas to blow, yeah, we're moving with these players. Evolution, pretend the seasons and new tokens, community type. We're dreaming, we're working all night. AGM to the fan, positivity spread. It's so should be as long there. From Solana to ethics, we're building the way. Rasta in the code that guide us today. Yeah. I revive for the blockchain secure. Decentralized, world of vision so pure. No vex, no boss, just peer to peer. With the dream and we're working all life. NFT plus links and signal so clear. Tweet GM loud, let the whole world hear. Oh, yeah. Good morning, all that's with reading the truth, right? The blockchain, the proof from the water to the moon, we're holding it strong with the road. So wake up on the grind, don't stop it, wake eyes away. Morning on X, let's keep it real. Crypto's the fire, trust the real. Yeah. Morning on next week, tweeting, grinding, where the blockchain, from the wallet to the moon, we holding it strong. As the road to riches, we your song, check the charts, yeah, the markets are alive. Pumping on coins and Friday night, flipping, got the beer in my back, smart contracts, making no turning back.
What's the ticker? And we'll go ahead and go. Stop editing. There we go.
What's the ticker? What's the ticker? Where's it at? What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Got the A for another fact. Got a runner on the map, so I'm sniping like a cat. And the Soviets moving quickly, I'm gonna squeeze them where they at. I'm trying to bring the Bitcoin back, 1,000X is gonna land. I got it in the back, and the guest music gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Here we go. Good morning, everybody. It says there's some more people to join the space. We're back at the regular time. So that's a good thing. I do have a few alphas that I want to discuss with you. And really alpha, you guys, if you really want some serious utility that I think is going to be a good way forward into the future with crypto, then stick around because we're going to touch on that a little bit later. But just say good morning, Tic.
Yes, good morning.
Are you having coffee?
Yes. I just got my coffee all set up, and I was having difficulty with the stream for whatever reason. Sometimes there's just a few more hoops I got to jump through, and so anyway, I got the stream up on the thing, and it's looking good. I got the cinematic intro playing for so I can So I think
we're looking bullish. Everybody here, yeah, there we go, looking good. So people should know when you join this space, what's the ticker? We are live streaming it on X and on YouTube at the same time. So sometimes, you might not see, 100 people in the space, but there are 200, 300, 400 people watching with us on YouTube. Especially is taken off with that. People are watching that YouTube live stream like nothing else. So, just the space is visible there. We can actually see the people in the room. If you go to the live stream, you can see yourself sitting in a room with us, right? That's all in there. So, chill your heart out if you want to come on stage and chill. Always welcome, right? Ready to pump your bags at all times. If it's a good chill, we like it. and we actually think it has some meat to the bone, then we're going to cut it up, put it into shorts, and send it on our TikTok, Instagram, and on the YouTube, right? So you get some extra attention. So let's say good morning to Lamb. Lamb jumped on stage. Good morning, Lamb.
Good morning, Wild. How are
Good
you?
morning. I'm doing good. A little sweaty. It's hot here.
Yeah, yeah.
Good morning, you guys. Good
We actually
morning,
got a
Lamb.
little cooling off, so it's a little nice here. Good morning, Tick. Good morning. Good
Nice.
morning. Hey, I want to just chill Wild for a little bit. If you guys are not locking in and writing notes down for Wild's Alpha, you better be. You're doing it wrong if you're not. She's got the real alpha, and she's been doing this for a long time. And not only is she good at the charts and good at the TA, but she's well connected in this space. And she gets some good alpha early. So pay attention. That's my alpha, and do a little bit of little comments in the bottom and share the space. And come on up here, show your thing, but make sure you're following and you're commenting and showing the space some love. So that's all I want to say. I'm gonna be kind of a little bit of farming here on speaker. Maybe I'll drop down to listener. I got to get ready for the
No,
day,
no,
but I
okay,
wanted
come,
to say
straight,
hello,
come be
hello.
on stage and just the stage farm for a little bit. You're more than welcome to. Thank you
Right,
for the flowers. I try to do my best, you
absolutely.
guys. I try always give my best and make other people win. That's how I win, right? To raise each other up. And of course, in crypto, it's hard enough, right? It's a battlefield. Sometimes it's even a little bit of a Wild West show. But we got to make some sense out of it. And there is a lot of sense to be made in this space. So, go ahead and listen, do your own research, right? Listen to what I say and then do your own research. Grow your own conviction. That's the best way to grow your conviction and to build your bags to make it in this space. So yeah, if you want to come on stage, you want to shill yourself or a project, you're more than welcome to. Just when you come up on stage, we are streaming live, right? And we want to give you a good cut for these shorts, but you got to give it your best shield. Only best shields will be put on blast. That's just what I got to say. So prepare before you come on stage. Mention what you would like to be shown in the visuals because this is not just a shield space where we just talk. There are visuals to be seen. So maybe your project's website, or if you're shilling yourself, your profile on X or wherever you want us to shill you. You just know that. So remember that before coming on stage, you have that stuff ready so we can be all go, right? So before we continue, I first want to touch on some things here about today. Of course, I saw some movement on AVAX, right? The top tokens on AVAX are, I mean, they don't do a lot, but it's a lot for AVAX at the moment. So it's significant. I have to mention it. Of course, then the biggest one being Cock in You, Kakinu, right? So that is one at AVAX that we're looking at. Also, No Chill and Kimbo are really good tokens on there too. If you're looking for something on Avalanche, right? On AVAX, nice community there. Go join some spaces. It's always good to mingle and on the other blockchains, right? And see what's going on there because you're missing out on some runners if you're not uh, cross chaining. So yeah, go ahead and check these out. Just wanted to give an honorable mention there because they're holding on, and of course, I think Tron tokens are going to be next. So go have a look on Tron because there's this Tron guy. There's also the chicken something. I
Dude,
don't know what it
I
was
don't
with the
get it.
chicken.
I don't get the Tron thing. Like I don't get any of
Yeah,
it. And I know people are super bullish on Tron,
yeah.
but like I missed the train on that one. So to me, it's like it's weird. I don't know
Well,
how to explain.
the train
I'm just
went back.
sidelined. Yeah.
The train
Okay.
went back.
So I
Okay,
should
so
hop
it
on. Like I don't like. I just
well.
feel for me. I don't think it's for me. I've been focusing on Sui and my DCA with that. I think for me, I just can't diversify myself more than the 8 to 10 tokens I have, like kind of that I'm focusing on my portfolio, trying to
Yeah,
DCA those.
I see
Because it's
that.
like,
I see that.
even if you have 3 that you're trying to DCA, like that, it adds up very quickly, if
It
you're
is.
doing,
It is.
depending on how
It
your
adds
strategy
up.
is.
But it is. I do got to mention it because these communities are big communities too,
Yeah.
huddling
Yeah.
together, good vibes, right? So I'm going for the vibes here, and so Tron has amazing spaces. Their spaces are packed, and
Huh.
like I said, they give a warm welcome to everything there. So just you get to go on stage and talk and vibe out, and you don't even need to buy, right? It's just go ahead and network, right? Networking is important that way. Maybe you're not
Yeah.
buying, but it's important to know what's out there. So I think that is just or else you're going to be in your own bubble and too much in your echo chamber, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you're going to get a weird view of what's going on.
Yeah.
So a little bit of condensed version what went on last September for Tron. I mean, a lot of people thought that TRX was a meme token somewhere in 2018 on Ethereum, and made their own blockchain, Tron, right? So their ticker for the chain is still TRX. So that has a lot of people confused. So just to lighten that up, um, of course, like I said, good community there always, yeah. But there is something with this Tron that everybody went to Degen there last September. Now the gas fees there are hella low, but that's only if you stake your TRX. And all these DJs from Solana went over to Tron and we're like, this isn't cheap at all. And it's like, no, you got to stake a little bit of your TRX. You don't need to stake much. And they're like, no, fuck it. I'm not staking anything.
Yeah.
So that whole pump there lasted about 2, 3 weeks, and then everybody left Tron again. But yeah, it made the meme tokens there pump hard. And so these people all took profit and kind of were like, yeah, well, so got to give them that. It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun to be there, right?
Mm.
At that around that time too. So I know Tron guy is actually a guy, and he's not the best looking guy. Actually, maybe he has some things against him, But he's making the best out of that. He just put on a gray suit with a T on it, like a spandex suit. Called himself Tron guy and made a meme token, and that's now the biggest meme. You actually get to talk to him in spaces, and he's hilarious. So,
No way.
if you want to have some fun with that, just go and check it out.
Oh man.
Yeah, of course today Bitcoin moving, Bitcoin moving in that quicksand range that, I was talking about that range that it's in. It's a
Ooh,
bullish
yeah.
continuation that we're in.
And the bull
Sure,
flag.
sure, but it has a big up and a big down, and so we're moving kind of in the middle. And the market's very unsure when Bitcoin is doing this. So, but I am gonna call some targets for the 1088 again, for a pump up. I see that happening, maybe even later in my day or else tomorrow. Um, but the lower targets are around 98, right? Further in time, and I'm talking about maybe 2, 3 weeks from now, we may see that, especially if we do not retake that upper trend line back, and that is at 108 point. What's going on, Dick? Bullish. Especially if we do not retake that trend line, then we possibly gonna do some retesting a little bit further down. But yeah, for now, that Bitcoin dominance is just on the rise. You guys have been saying it for weeks now, and it's kind of weird because we were expecting a little bit of relief for the alts, but the alts are not getting any relief. There's so much pressure on the alts. All the money is going to Bitcoin. The only ones that are traded against each other would be Ethereum. Sometimes Ethereum has the same volume even as Bitcoin. Kind of strange, but it just tells you that Bitcoin people are, taking profits, rolling into ETH, taking profits, moving back to Bitcoin. And normally, you would see some relief and some trickling down in the rest of the market from that. But it's relentless. The pressure on your alts is high. So, the name of the game is always to be liquid enough so you can make the most out of buying opportunities when the market is red, right? And the alts that you prefer are down, so you can add to your position. Yes, so yesterday I was going off about I actually visited here in Amsterdam the real estate meeting point. It's a big fair here in the city. And so I went there with the Bitcoin guys to check out what real estate can do with crypto. And it's actually a lot. There were a lot of people who are already involved in that. And so today, so I got a little bit of alpha there as well, early alpha, which I couldn't talk about. But there is going to be a new token launch, and I'm just going to have to say it here in the space. I know it's recorded, but hey, I just want to have my village know this. So there's a new token launch called Estate X. Um, Launched its token. It's already launched, right? So the ticker is ESX. It's backed by Tether founder and CEOs from Remax, targeting real estate tokenization. Its layer blockchain testnet is set for Q2 to so this area here, and its mainnet will be in quarter 3. So I'm gonna dive into that for you guys because I actually got some connections now, and so I'm gonna dive in to see what we can do there when we are finally tokenizing real estate. And I think that's the next big market to tackle here. So write it down. I have it in my notes all around: who, what, where. So I'm gonna dive in for you guys, see what we can do with that blockchain on that testnet, and so we can be bullish on that. So stay tuned for any news around that. I'm gonna do my best to rub some shoulders here and get some meetings going maybe and see what we can do with that. So I'm bullish on especially that area in crypto that's going towards that real estate. And so yeah, stay tuned for that. I think that's hella bullish. There's a lot to gain for crypto in that area. It's a big market, billions and billions. Let's go. All right, Tick, what you got? What you got?
I that is so freaking cool. The Estate X thing. I was just telling you how I was having a conversation with my dad about this on Father's Day because he's in the tech industry and everything, and he also works on the blockchain with encryption technology.
Yes.
So this stuff I nerd out like that, like I get like giddy. It's like you telling me about like a video game release or like for some people, or like a movie release for some people or something. It's like you telling me like, oh yeah, they're gonna try to tokenize assets, real estate ownership and things like that. To me, I get very like stoked. I get very like happy because I'm
Yeah.
like, yes, like this is cool. It's unfolding the way that it should. Things are progressing the way that they should. Not that I'm saying that, oh, it should be this way or this way, but the way that it should unfold so that it's in a positive light in the future. I like to see more of this and less of like, federal regulation or governments regulating or trying to say, oh, you can't do this or this isn't valid, or, seeing people this on the precipice of actually being like a real thing is super exciting, and it shows the shape of things to come, which direction we are headed. And and the fact of the matter is if all of this comes to fruition and this is all real, then the value of all crypto, starting with Bitcoin, it goes up. Essentially, if it's being utilized in more applications, and as the scarcity increases, the value goes up, and that's just the fact of a fact of it. So yeah, anyway, I'm just really stoked to hear about that. That's awesome.
Yes. Yeah. So just a little bit on that, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to bore. Sometimes I know it's what's the ticket. We want to have these degen plays that give us, X's on the daily and whatnot. And look, I'm channeling my inner degen hardcore. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
I've been nerding out yesterday with all these guys that are just like, yeah, stacking sets, and that's all they do. But I channel my inner DJ often, and I don't want to bore anybody with these things. But you got to realize how bullish this is. So this launch was today. It is the Estate X, a blockchain-based platform. It aimed at revolutionizing real estate investment through tokenization. So the ESX token is a native utility token designed to facilitate fractional ownership, trading, investment in real world assets, right? Particularly real estate on global scale, backed by backed by the owners of Tether, right? So this is not just a little thing. It's not just a little thing, and so like I said, I'm gonna do my very best. You are able to add to liquidity there too in a very special way. I heard about that yesterday too because the guys who were there, with the alpha on that real estate meeting point. There's going to be staking with this too. I'm just so bullish. I am
Mm-hmm.
thinking also validators, guys. Yeah, again, right? So yeah, I'm gonna dive in on that. You got to stick with the spaces. What's the ticker? Because I'm gonna release any news around that or anything that I can give my village. That I some inside information possibly.
Mm-hmm.
I couldn't say it yesterday because obviously of the launch today.
Yeah.
But yeah, big things there. Big things there. I think it's
Yes.
it's one of the biggest markets that we can
Yes.
conquer. I'm excited that crypto is going to be there too, and that just spells out for us that we have a long way to go with crypto as a whole. So never
Mm-hmm.
forget that, right?
Yeah.
If your bags are not making it today, time in the market versus timing the market always, right? And stay liquid.
Yeah.
All right.
And
So
this is just one. I don't want to elaborate too much on this, but
yeah,
I'm on their website. I signed up for the whitelist. I signed
yes,
up to get notified about updates because I think this is extremely bullish. But this is just one hurdle in the step to tokenizing assets and things like going into the medical field, going into law, going into high
yes,
privacy security situations. And so this is just one hurdle in that
yeah.
direction. And so
Well,
that's why
you
it's
know
so
what?
good.
This can really anchor crypto because it's
Mm-hmm.
offering stable investment models, right?
Yeah.
So it actually can ground crypto really good with having that RWA, tokenization. So I think that is just these things now mingling and coming at a crossroads, meeting up together, and then the next thing that we were talking about yesterday, I was talking about people too, how we can connect NFTs to your property, so the NFT has ownership of the property and how that would look like. And so I had a late call today. I'm going to join some meetings next week around this, some think tanks here with some big brains to see what we can do there early. So yeah, I'm just tossing myself into that alpha pool, if we can call it that. But yeah, let's move on and have some people on stage. You're more than welcome to join the stage, everybody. If you have something to show, this space is streamed, live streamed on X and on YouTube. So if you go to the live stream on YouTube, you can actually see yourself sitting here in the space with us, right? And there's much more people looking to the visuals than they are actually in the space. So give it all you got, do your best. If we really like it, we'll cut it up for shorts and then just after send it to Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. So let's welcome now Apple. What is it?
Hey,
Apple
much
John.
much love, Wild. Much love, Tick. Hey,
Yo, yo.
much love. I appreciate you having me up here. I love what you guys are doing. Just seeing more networking and more innovation in the space, and more so you're not just shilling a bag. You're also talking about should be what needs to happen for it to grow, which
Mm-hmm.
it's going to grow anyways. Because I mean, we all know. I mean, like you give a short example. Just go down to the city where I'm from. You can't even pay for stuff without using a card. You have to use a card. Like
Mm-hmm.
places aren't accepting cash anymore. Like it's coming. So I'm super super excited about it, and because again, I just feel super early, but I'm also a degenerate. So um, if you guys don't care, I'm obviously gonna. I'm gonna give you guys my piece. It's really, really short, really simple. Um, we all do it, and we've all done it at least once. And I know you guys can probably guess it. Just letting out a hot, steamy, wet one, a fart.
Yeah.
Just just real wet. On Suey. No, it was launched 3 days ago. Um, all the early buyers that got in, they're out, and it's it looks right, especially with the one on Solana just getting listed on Coinbase, and just the overall culture behind it. I mean, it speaks for itself, especially when you see like the one on base hit 90 million, and it's chilling at 35 million, and that's a layer two. This is one of the up and coming layer one blockchains on Sui.
Mm-hmm.
And I compare Fartcoin to Pepe because you know obviously huge culture spike, just a big meme in itself. And the one on base went to over 100 million, and then the one on Sui's it hit a few million. So I think it's a pretty good calculated
Mhm.
play here to
So,
at least look into
yeah, let
Fartcoin.
me cut in a little bit because look, we spotted Fartcoin and shilling it in this space already on day one. I think it was from 30K market cap on. I think it rallied hard, right? And so, but it's always good to hear somebody who is from the community shill it then once more, because that's
Mm-hmm.
just indicative of that this is actually drawing in community, and so wherever that forms, right, you should be bullish for long term things. So yeah, yeah.
I had no idea. My bad. I would have.
No,
All
no,
good.
not
No,
all.
no,
No,
it's all
please,
good.
by all means.
We briefly touched on it. Coach had brought it to our
Yep.
attention the other day, I believe. Yeah, and it was
Oh,
already up
yeah, that's bad.
500%. But so I have some questions though. So you're not on Fartcoin Sui team, right? You're just a degen that is a fan.
Yeah, I
Okay.
just bought up some supply and
So I
I
am
believe in it.
curious. Yeah, I am too.
I
I staked a bag already too. I'm just gonna leave it there. But and because I feel like it's gonna rip, but it might take a few months. But I'm curious. So what is the utility on Sui? Is this all just filler, or is there actual utility with this token? Do you know?
well, I know they just partnered with Pokemon, and that in itself is huge because of the potential NFTs and gaming application for the
You mean
layer one blockchain.
Myston Labs?
Miston Labs, yeah,
Yeah, that's what you're
they
talking
do.
about. Partner with Pokemon.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, but okay, has that been confirmed? Because last
Yes.
I
No.
oh
Oh, is that just lore?
Well, hold on.
So yeah, they have
There
like
is there is a rumor. So look at
yeah.
this. So Nissan Labs did do some business with the people from Pokemon, not it being Pokemon, right? So there is a relationship there. However, it is not confirmed that they're gonna do anything with Pokemon, right? So there is a rumor a
It's
lot about this,
yeah.
and I kind of believe the rumor. And not get me wrong,
Yeah, I do too.
there is some things to it that they are not saying, of course.
Yeah.
So, but there has been work done between these two companies, but that was kind of not directly Pokemon related. It was
Yeah.
more the technology of Pokemon that was involved there, right? So,
It was
but yeah, that
cryptic.
has got us bullish. Yeah.
Yeah, Mateo.Sui, he had mentioned back in April, the end of April, something along the lines of, Parasol having the rights to trading card games like Yu-Gi-Oh and Pokemon will bring collectibles and like trading collectibles to NFT on Sui Network, something along those lines. But so it was cryptic and indirect. But at the same time, we have to realize that they can't flat out just say, "Hey, we're gonna partner with Pokemon, and the price of our crypto token is gonna skyrocket. So buy now." Like doing all of that is not really okay to do. So them hinting around it, I feel like it would be if I was to do it and I was on the other side of things, I would definitely be hinting around it like, hey guys, you might want to watch this because we have some stuff working on the back end. But
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, that's
But
what I
it was
think.
from April. It was because we did spaces. I was in spaces, trying to get this alpha on this, and it seemed just to have been, excitement around that in April, and it did make that suggestion, and also based on that former, a corporation between these two companies. So, uh, so yeah, but we keeping an eye on that. We
Yeah,
are very thorough here at What's the Ticker.
right.
We really dig it up. We
There's a lot of
Well,
stuff.
yeah.
I'm glad you guys are ahead of the game.
Yeah.
I believe in buying the rumor, so I'm just gonna, I guess stick to my guns on that. I didn't
Hmm.
realize it was complete rumor, but I
Yeah,
guess
so
I convinced myself otherwise. But I appreciate you letting me know. Good looking
yeah,
Yeah.
out for real.
it's
No,
Parasol. Yeah,
yeah,
Parasol.
Parasol. Yeah, thank you so much for coming. I think always do that. Go on stage, even if you're a community member, right? Bull post, bull shill, whatever you got to do. I think that's bullish. I missed that completely today. I was asking AVAX tickers, come on. But
Hmm.
everybody just, never, they just leave when the market is freaking
Yeah,
red, right? Or when
yeah.
it doesn't look good or your bags are poopy, right?
Hmm.
That's why you should bull post, man. You should show some passion for them, especially the meme tokens. That's all they got, sentiment. So you got to pump your own bag sometimes. Don't leave that up to founders or teams. Help out a little bit. Just
Well,
go ahead and make a bull
let's
post, man. If you like
let's
it, you
let's
know.
help him out too. Let's optimize Applejohn's profile.
Yeah.
Um, if you want to do, if you want to help him out with that, if you're open to it, Applejohn, she did it to my profile, just like an audit, quick audit, and like looked for things that might be like holding me back from my reach. And ever since those things, I've noticed, I do get more follow requests and yeah, and I do. It's just optimizing your profile. So there's like a few things like the username. So having a lot of characters in the username like that can work against you because when you're up in the space, actually right now up in the space, you can see your full username. So, but yeah,
No, you can't. You
mm.
can't see the full username.
Oh,
So
you
it's
can't.
either Apple or John,
Mm.
right? And then if you want to add the Sui, I don't think that's per se bullish. But then again, look, if you are bullish on Sui, show it, right? I could care less. But for your name, it would be better just to stick with John. Even though I
Or
don't mind
Apple.
this too much. I don't mind this too much, Dick. I'm not bothered because his handle corresponds with all of that. So
Mm-hmm.
no, I don't think we should. I don't think we have much work here anyway.
Okay, cool, cool.
Mm.
I was just throwing it
Just
out
one
there.
thing, one more thing on Sui, guys. If you're looking on Sui, look, when Sui pumps past resistance, that whole ecosystem always blows up. You can just wait for it. Last year, I was in Hippo. I got all these tokens early. When in September, Sui started to make some moves, right? And that these tokens rallied from 1K to millies, right? So just get ready for all of that because right now it might be seeming a little bit dry on Sui, even though it's the water chain.
Mm-hmm.
Pun intended. Uh, so it's a little bit dry on Sui right now, right? But you got to stay well hydrated. So go to my profile. You can see in my bio that Raiden X. It is my ref link. So thank you for signing up through that. It's the Raiden X. You can buy any token on Sui. If you're in your Raiden X, you're trading bots, kind of like BullX, but then for Sui. And even if you're not trading right now, have that stuff set up. Have it set up because when stuff is taken off there, you would just want to be a part of all of that, right? And if not already, look at some tokens there that you would be interested in. So right now, these, I gotta say it, all these LPs of these low cap tokens, especially if it's sub 1 mil, even sub 250K, their LPs are Sui USDT. Sui has all the power to do a 10x, then these LPs will 10x too. I saw that on Solana last bull run. It really made my jaw drop. What happened there with these pools, pushing market caps like nothing else. Insane, right? That sparked that whole insanity on Solana to begin with. So, even if the token is not pumping, the possibility of your money just remaining the same just because of the pool will push the market cap. It's crazy when that happens. But yeah, when Sui starts pumping, that will happen. If we look at the market dominance of Solana last bull run was 1.6%. And if I project that back on Sui, if Sui does a rally like that, and it can do 1.6%, which is kind of a lot, right? It's market share, the 1.6% of the market share in crypto. But then I'm looking at 40, $50 SUI. Now that's a little bit on the high end. We have more tokens, even though the market capitalization for all the crypto is a lot higher too. But yeah, all in all, I would say conservatively, $20, $30 SUI should be possible. Um, if we are going on that alt rally, which you guys is absolutely not happening right now, right? So there's no alt rally. We hopefully get some relief. that's what we that's what we all the best we can wish for, and that's a good thing because we want an alt rally to happen when Bitcoin hits 200K or anywhere over 150. Then we're gonna rally really really good in alt season. If alt season was happening here, I would be hella disappointed because I spent like 3-4 years in bear market with my alts, and so I want a little bit more pumps than that can do. So I'm here for many moons to come until that alt season happen. So Yeah, just to relieve early. But for Sui, yes, these tokens move with Sui, especially when Sui catches on resistance, right? And it hops back, and then the whole ecosystem, because it's the whole ecosystem is just a handful in comparison to Ethereum, Avex, Tron, and Solana combined, right? So it's like crazy. Oh, the small amount of tokens that are there, utility and meme tokens all together, right? So have a look on Sui, and of course we're going to have a lot of Sui projects in spaces, because I do have a weakness for anything Sui. I just got an invite from Dr. Ari to come and have a look at the Board Toilet Club. I want to be a part of that Board Toilet Club, right? Just I'm going to go in their spaces and be on stage there and get some alpha for all of us as well. So because I really want to be a part of that, I feel like I need be a part of the Board Toilet Club. Then get me some fart coin. I mean, look,
Ah, jeez.
all my Degen dreams. Then 1000x token, do a 1000x token in there. Get some Suriname, and I'd be sitting on my toilet for hours. Yeah, 1000xing it. Yeah, you guys. That's what's going on. But always shill what you love. Your passion translates, right? Don't be like, on days like this and your bag might be down. Don't go be like a crank, right? Just get excited about what's to come. Imagine what it can do, and just start bull posting. I want to hear that. I'm bull posting. Sometimes too. I'm just like, yeah, I love this, and maybe the market cap is not pumping. I don't care. I like it, right? The Chadettes are really good at that. I saw, they were flying by in the space. I saw a Chadet coming by, but that project is doing great too. I see them on my timeline. I see them making posts, right? Even though chart may be down, that is a good signal. So you should be bullish on the stuff that you hold. If
Yeah.
not, then get out of here, right?
Yeah, the
It is
chat
bullish.
chart, you for sure can see the support being, the
Mm,
liquidity being added to it. You'll see a fat clip, and then after that, you see liquidity going back in over and over,
yes,
all
over
along
and
the
over.
chart. So that's one thing that's very yeah, you can see right now, how's it? It's up 40% today. Whoa. Yeah,
Yes,
and
that's
this
what I
is
said.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, but they are bull posting every day, whether
yeah,
up 40 or down 40.
yeah,
They don't care. They
yeah.
just bull post. They visit spaces. They're passionate about it. And that's what creates that community, right? It's be a delusional bull like that. If you like it, especially the meme tokens. Now that has more meat to the bone, and some meme tokens do, but in essence, right, it's all about that community. And so if you are not willing, if you feel ashamed to post about your token, I don't know what you're doing in that token. I don't know what you're hoping for, right? You
Mm.
got to be bullish on it. You got to be willing to share that, and be a proud holder of something, right? And
Hmm.
not be like, let's not talk about it. I've had this with Pepe too. Man, every time I posted about Pepe too, people were flooding my bag so hard, and I just kept bull posting. It was like, whatever. I know what's gonna happen here, right? Then I did 4 hardcore rallies. I made thousands with Pepe too. That thing just 40x, 50x straight, right? Went from 2 mil to 140 mil in a heartbeat.
Wow.
4 times did that. Yeah, came back to like 4 mil, 5 mil. Everybody again, no, I'm not funny, right? Bought back the floor, did it all again. So, but yeah, for a long time, hey man, my XRP bags, I've been shilling those for a long time too. I'm a big holder at XRP. Right. And for a long time, you post about XRP, people under there, you're still buying that shit? And I'm like, yeah, I'm bullish on it. Never mind me here. I posted a like. I posted a like. So, yeah, you just got to do that, right? You got to believe in something,
I
because
hadn't
yeah.
I didn't
Go
see
ahead.
TARS AI had ripped up to over 15 cents. Holy last time I had looked at TARS
Yeah.
AI, it was at like 11 cents. It went, whoa. No, I'm looking at a fake one. Okay, cool. I was like,
No,
what?
this is a fake one. Tarsaya is
Yeah.
actually bumping onto support. Look, this is just what's going to happen with established tokens. They are going
Oh,
to
it's
adhere
yeah.
to dominance. So the only thing that doesn't adhere to the dominance are tokens that are somehow doing their own little thing, breaking out of the dominance of Bitcoin. Sui did that last year in September, front run Bitcoin hardcore this way. Bit and Sword, Tao, does that on the regular too. So you want to have these tokens on your watch list if you're not DCing in those already, right? So uh, and then Tars AI, it adheres to that dominance, and but it outruns and outperforms the market quite frequently as well.
Mm.
And so the other things that don't adhere to dominance is new launches, and that's why everybody loves them, because it doesn't have the drag of Bitcoin, but all it is one rally. And usually with meme tokens, I just got to say it, right? There will be one big rally to millies, and then these tokens need to calm the f down for months, sometimes 3 months, sometimes 6 months, and there's going to be tears and blood on that floor, and lots of times, like I've been buying some of that cock inu. I mean, you cannot tell me that it's not a bullish name. I did that rally. I got into cock inu like in the first week when they launched, and did that rally. And I mean, look, these spaces were hella funny. They still are, right? So it's like, yeah, but there's going to be blood because volume will then leave. And a lot of people will give up, and I'm ready to buy your tears in all these bullish projects. So, um, yeah,
Mm.
yeah, that's a nice ticker, man. If when they came up with that cock in you, that was just hilarious. I was just
Yeah.
like, yeah, whoever came up with that was so obvious.
Yeah. That's funny.
That was a lot of fun. Yeah, yeah. It was like, I think it was a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago. Jesus Christ, time flies. But yeah, you guys, that's what I got for you today, especially on the real estate thing. We do have 1000X here in the audience. 1000X on Sui. I mean, super low market cap. It's sitting right now like 15K or something like that. If you'd like to be a part of the community, help out there, and pump your own bags from that nano cap to this can run to millies on Sui. Crazy things happen pretty fast. So um, let's do with that, and we keep an eye, of course, on the real estate. Oh, one thing, because I have all my notes that I wanted to talk about. But I'm going over half of those, but it's fine. It's been a long day for Wild here. Anyway, Monad, you guys. So we're doing that test netting for Monad, right? So be sure to go to your faucet again and get these tokens, because there is going to a bullish mint, by the seals, right? What was that all about? Tic, help me out
Oh
here.
yeah. It's, oh God, what seals? It's I'm
Ah,
trying to remember oh my gosh. Something.
blockchain.
Yeah. It's like I can't. I'm not even gonna guess. It's something with seals.
Well,
Yeah.
I'm gonna look it up.
It's, what was this? If I go to
My God, I'm
Mint
just gonna look it up.
Launchpad, I found it here. It's
All
all roads
roads
lead
lead
to
to seals,
seals.
right? Yes, the Illuminati or something like that. The Illuminati of seals. It is rumored to be involved. Uh, yeah, just let me go and pull that up too here, because we do want to have that minty. You can mint it with your testnet tokens. Now, I'm not sure what happens next there, right? So yeah, Sappy Seals, right? So yeah, backed by the Sappy Seals community. Now doing a testnet run on Monad for, what, seals. So you can mint some with your Monad. Of course, the whitelist mint has been going on, and the price is 5 testnet Monad, which you can faucet, and then in 4 days and 20 hours, the mint will be open for a public, right? So for the rest of the public. So, of course, we're going to remind you of this often. I'm going to remind you around this often, right? Because I think it's bullish. You might want to be put on when you mint that stuff, you might be put on a white list. So when the mainnet starts, you would be invited to mint then the seals that are possibly going to be on Monad mainnet. So yeah, bullish there too, you guys. Hope you're still using the faucet and doing some test net, even if you're doing 5 minutes on the daily. Make yourself eligible for possible airdrops there. Also, Monad is going to be a bigger blockchain. I can just smell this,
It
right? It
is.
has all, yeah.
Yeah. I listen to
Yes.
Bankless podcast and I hear them
Mm-hmm.
mention it almost
Yep.
every episode alongside other chains like Ethereum or what, and they're like, yeah, Monad is gonna be blah blah blah, and like I hear them mention it like pretty frequently. So that's if yeah, these guys, the
Yeah.
Bankless guys, are very in tune with what's going on in like the industry and everything. So if they're mentioning it, that means it's gonna be predominant blockchain.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely. I'm not hunting down stuff that I don't think is. I mean, it needs to be deserving of your time. And I've been, slowly honing in on this monad for weeks now. And I see a lot more people are going to talk about this. Of course, they raised a ton of money. They raised almost 300 million in their seed rounds to get all this. They're going into testnet phase 2. They're looking for validators. That's you. Go have a look. Get into the Discord and get that alpha. I was thinking about it, but I have a lot of stuff going on here. I also mine Caspa, so I have my miners here next to me. I don't know if you can hear the fans in the background, but yeah, that I do a lot. So I was like, maybe to become a validator, I would really be in a crypto bunker. You guys, that would be
Yeah.
bad. That would be so bad. I would be sitting here. The half my office is a gym, by the way. So I do have a rack, squat rack, and all my barbells, dumbbells, kettlebells, whatnot. And I even have a grass mat now installed. So I have, I have that too. So
Nice.
that's half of my office. And then the miners are there in the corner with the fence and everything. So it's like, look, it's how much crypto can you get, right? I'm starting to look like a really like a geek here. So but yeah, I mean, look, and to then be a validator, I mean, I will never leave my office again. I don't need to. Uh, so yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, Monad, you guys keep an eye on that. Go to Monad XYZ. All you need in your wallet is 0.03 Ethereum and 3 previous Ethereum transactions. That would make you eligible to faucet. So nothing's gonna happen with your Ethereum. It's just to make you eligible, right? So that don't so any idiot with bad stuff on their mind is not gonna make 100 wallets and try and milk that faucet as hard as they can. So they have some standards here that you need to adhere to, and then you can just mint or faucet every 6 hours. And what can we do on that Monad? Well, we did a lot on there already. We listed. Actually, we had a lot of fun in the Moonlight doginal space of Lamb, where we all just created our own PFP as a meme token, right? And we all had Doginal Dog website on there and stuff. So it was crazy. We were for I think 48 hours in the trending list on Monad Testnet with all these dogs, right? It was a lot of fun to see. And of course, so you can do your own tokens. You can even launch an NFT collection on there, you guys. So if you never did that before and you want to give that a go to see what's that about, right? Go ahead and do it. You can test it on the net. It has no consequence. It's all testnet tokens. It's paper trading, paper launching. So you can go ahead and go to town on this, right? And learn some things maybe too. Of course, there is going to be utility that is going to be launched with Monad, right? That's just going to happen. We already identified those. I'm going to keep mentioning those a little bit too. So that's going to be Atlantis. That's going to be the V for Dex. Then we have Kinsu. That is going to be a thing there too. They already, Red Brick, by the way, too. They already are raking in millions for their projects to be launched alongside that mainnet, right? So even if you would not get an airdrop, it still would make sense to check it out because this is how you actually get early utility alpha. Everybody always wonders how are we going to get into the utility so early? Well, by joining a test net, because then you get to identify them and you take immediately front row seats when these things launch. And they are going to be launched, if not next to, then soon after Monad goes main. So you can just, stick those in a memo and keep an eye on that and make fantastic trades. I did Sei, I did Apto Sui. Great to be on test nets and get early alpha, you guys. It's going to make you a winner, going to make killing trades there. So, yeah, that's a Monad for you. And of course, in every space, we'll be mentioning that and possibly also get some alpha mints like these seals, right? And of course, I have another thing, but I still need to figure it out and get back with you guys tomorrow on that. It's also a mint that looks hella bullish.
Ooh.
Also, yeah, you can buy your domain names too, right? For testnet tokens. So go ahead. I just everything wild and wild crypto is mine. I went to town, uh, so you can go ahead and do that as well. I think you did so too, Tick. No?
Yes. Yeah, I got Tick. I got Tick Web 3. And I just got a rare Atlantis NFT. I was hoping I'd get legendary, man. Damn.
I got 3 legendaries. I committed
Ooh.
myself stealing. Because you know
Damn.
what, guys? If you have these testnet tokens, you go to Atlantis, you've got to do 20 transactions. Just 20 transactions. You can do that very cheaply by only using 0.001 monad or something like that at a time. And when you have these 20 trans swaps done, you can mint what's a trading card from Atlantis. Now, you would say like, what the hell, Wild? Where is this bullish? Well, Atlantis is going to have its own airdrop, and it's going to airdrop the people who have these NFTs. So, I'm going to town on those as well. I'm just like, it's fun to do. You need your swaps to test the net anyways. So you get this mint possible airdrop from Atlantis into these NFTs. I would say hell yeah. So yeah, go ahead and do that on Atlantis. Then, anytime you want to move on the testnet, it's always advised to go to Monad XYZ, click on ecosystem, and anything is there that you can testnet on their ecosystem. And please use the links on their website only, right? So use that as a platform to do all your testnetting from, so you get the real deal, right? Because scammers are, of course, everywhere, you guys. So just make sure you're safe this way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, that was my Monad spiel alpha. If anybody wants to come on stage, you guys, you're more than welcome to just have a chat. You don't need to. Don't be shy, even though we're live streaming this right on YouTube and X. And but yeah, if you want to come up, have a talk, have a
Yeah.
chill,
I wanted
have a chill.
1000X Sui or Chalana, someone to come up and shill 1000X if they would like to. Wanna hear about, what's going on with all of that. I don't know if he's got a
I
second.
do love how that ticker 1000X is so relatable, because I saw Rodney a few times asking, hey, and the next 1000X, right? And then 1000X is under there going like, yeah, it's so easy to shill
Mm-hmm.
on X just because of the ticker. That I don't understand why this is not at 500K market cap already. Yeah, but that's also because of Sui, right? So when Sui is retracing, it's a young chain, so people get impatient on Sui a lot because it's obvious that it doesn't have the volume of Solana. It's more often 1/5 of the Solana volume on the daily. And if Sui is bullish, it actually catches more than half of Solana. But then things are really, really pumping on Sui, right? When that happens. So always check the daily volume for your trades, or where you want to go ahead and degen. Check the daily volume. You can easily do that by opening a Telegram, adding Coin Ranking Bot to your chat, and just go and ask the volume. Coin Ranking Bot is marvelous for all sorts of data, you guys, but it really, really quickly pulls up 24-hour volume for you, so you see if it's good to degen. Because look, if you're on Solana and the daily volume is just 3 billies, that is horrible for Solana, and you're going to get rugged so much more easier. And the tokens that are going to be bullish are not reaching market caps like they would if there was 10 billion volume, right? So that's just like minus three times. So just go ahead and always check the volume if you want to do your trades and stuff, to see if there's actually liquidity flowing in the ecosystem, right, on the chain. That's just a tip right there for you guys.
Yeah, very good.
Yes.
Um,
Take. I'm gonna get another coffee. I know. Sounds
mm-hmm.
like I don't need one, but I do.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
I hear you.
Keep it going. I'll be
All
right
right.
back.
So let me see on moonbags.io. This is where you can stake your 1000X tokens. So let me go ahead and connect. right, so go ahead and connect my Phantom wallet to the moonbags.io website, and then on here you can go to staking. Once you're on the staking page, you go down to this middle section and then you scroll down and look for 1000x Sui. There it is. So 12,000 market cap, 371 million tokens are staked, and the APR is 85%. So you go ahead and click on this, click on 1000x Sui. It brings up the chart. Here you can go down to manage, where you can see your staking. So in this wallet, there's 3 million tokens. I had just loaded this one up last night, and so to stake it now, I'm just going to go ahead and click on max, and then click stake. And so that's, and then I'm going to go ahead and confirm this. I get a pop up from my wallet, confirm the transaction, and now what it's going to do, it's going to take those 3 million tokens, and it's going to stake them so that I have to unstake them if I want to trade them. If I go to manage, I can go to unstake, and then I can see the total staked tokens. Right now there's 5 million staked, and then you can unstake an hour after you stake them. So you can always, an hour from now at noon, if I would like to, I could always go on here and go click on unstake, and then they would be back in my wallet. If you go to claim, you can claim your rewards for staking right here as well. So this is how you stake on Moonbags if you want to generate interest on your holdings. It's a really good way to maximize your profits if you are planning on holding anyway and the tokens are just going to be sitting in your wallet. Then you might as well stake them, and there's already a large percentage staked. Let me see, 35% in the staking pool. So and with the APR at currently it's like 86% or something, the interest rate is very high. So yeah, and with an extremely low market cap like this at 12,000 market cap, and a bunch, and considering the fact that there's a bunch of the liquidity actually staked, and that the community of holders is, a bunch of delusional bulls, that's always a great indicator. Diamond-handed bulls are an investor's best friend, so yeah, really cool. And on the website, it's tinyurl.com/1000xsui. And on here, that's where you can also find links to, there's the link to buy on Turbo's Finance. This will connect you via Raiden-X. And you can go ahead and connect your wallet. That is one way to purchase. If you click on join the community, that will take you into the Telegram channel for 1000x Sui. Let's see, the stake on Moonbacks link is there. Check audits is going to be the Dex Tools screener that kind of like does a quick little audit on it. Sui Vision as well. You can see, the stats on how the token is performing, the volume and all of that stuff, the trades that are going on, transactions, as well as Bird Eye. So yeah, it's really cool. You can kind of like do your own research. We've kind of laid out all these tools there for you to kind of figure out if this is something you might want to be into. Yeah.
Yeah, we caught this early, also in this space, right? Or just before this space. I saw it fly by on Raiden-X, and usually I don't pay attention that much because on new life pairs, you never know. On Sui, it's not anything different than on Solana this way, right? But on Sui, they'll rock you at 6 market cap. I'm just going to say that. But this time I saw 1000x. The ticker was 1000x, and I'm just like, look. I'm always about my 1000x, right? I did 500x max, right? So I'm like, I still need in my bingo card, I still have 1000x. And my motto is like 1000x or gay. So if I do degen into these life pairs, I'm going for 1000x or I'm going to dust. There's no in between here. So I am that delusional bull. But then what happened was I hopped into the TG to see like, all right, what's this about before I buy back? And so it turns out it's just a bunch of degens that were really sick and tired of something not 1000xing, because of less bullish people. Let's just call it what it is, losers, bears, and and uh, I was like, coming to the space, and he came into what's the ticker, and he's been in this in sometimes they can't speak. I respect that, but they're always in the audience, and always relevant. So it's just a group of delusional bulls. And if you are a delusional bull, then get a little baggy, stake it away, and just huddle tight for volume on Sui to return. Same what happening right now on AVAX, and I'm looking to see Tron will do the same. Anyway, let's just
Oh,
come
there
on
he
stage
is.
and
There he
welcome to the
is.
space.
Yeah.
All right, yeah, well, let's redo it because we have some other people joining us on stage as well. Again, you people, if you just joined this space, we are live streaming on X and on YouTube, right? So you're actually seeing us here, like in on the YouTube live stream. You can see the space. We can see all your PFPs. We can see all your hearts and emojis and stuff. There's a lot of people watching with us on the live stream. People somehow like visuals more, and I can't blame them. So that's why we just had this space like in the mingle like this. If you give a good shill, we will put you on blast in shorts. We'll cut this up from the recording and the visuals, and we will toss it on Instagram, on TikTok, and on YouTube Shorts. So we're really gonna give you a lift, right? So him was first. I like to talk to him. Good morning. Welcome.
Good afternoon. How you guys doing today? I'm sorry for the noise. I'm in the middle of the New York City street.
All good. All good. What's
I
going
love
on?
it. You're shilling from the New York street. That's you got already. Like I'm in plus with you.
Well, here's the thing. You were talking about hitting an 1000x. How are we going to hit 1000x if we're not working every single day? And speaking of working every single day, you'll see my partner down there, Kadam, who's in the same community with the S&P 500 logo. I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about how the coin works. It's very simple. It's called S&P 500 on Solana, on the Solana network, and we are a rewards coin. If you hold 20,000 tokens of S&P, you get our default rewards. These can change, but they're essentially either blue chip memes or what we call community coins. So for example, one of our partners, I don't know if you've heard of Odin, the RankBot coin, but they're one of our default rewards because they've been working with us for a while. Because we thought for the defaults, it'd be nice to not have like just blue chip memes like Fartcoin, but to also have people who've worked with us. So if you hold 20,000 S&P, essentially you'll get rewarded in those rewards every hour for holding the coin. Now, if you hold 100,000, that's where it gets interesting. That's when you have access to what we call the meme folio. Essentially, it's exactly what it sounds like. Imagine the S&P 500, but for cool people, not that boomer ass version where you have that whole like, oh, invest in Tesla. We have Fartcoin, GigaChad, etc., etc. Every meme you can think of. We have over 50 of them, but we also have USDC, wrapped Ethereum, wrapped Bitcoin, and as of this week, I'm not joking, wrapped XRP. So if you hold 100,000 S&P tokens, you could get rewarded, theoretically, like my choices, in Giga, Fartcoin, USDC, wrapped Bitcoin, wrapped Ethereum, all just for holding. And if you're wondering about the community, I don't know if you've noticed, but already there's 4 people in the space that are joining now who are involved with S&P. There's Kadam and Mark with the profile picture, and then there's SW3 Pass, who's also with me on other projects, but all of them have something to do with S&P because we pull up the numbers. It's not just about being a rewards coin. To get an 1000x or to get a real project in crypto, you need community. You need people who are willing to fight for you, to argue for you, to help you along the way, and that's what we have in S&P 500. So just in case, if anyone is interested, what I'm going to do is on that Jumbotron, I'm dropping our weekly schedule. Now we're hosting a space tonight at 6:30. We call it Winter Wednesday, because we like to have little words to entice people to come. But you guys are more than welcome. We won't just talk about the coin. We'll talk about anything else. And if you have a project to come show up as well, more than free to do it. And I want to thank Cholana for taking me here because he sent me through DM this space. You guys seem like wonderful people. I don't have a lot of time, as you can see by the middle of the street. I do have to get back to the office. It sucks, which is why I'm trying to invite you guys to our spaces this week because you can hear about the coin more in depth And more than that, if you come Saturday 1 p.m. to our community spaces, that's when the dev drops alpha. Because here's the thing. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention, we're still working on things for the coin. At the moment, here's what the coin does. It has a Bitcoin lottery, a wrapped Bitcoin lottery. So every 10 minutes, people get rewarded in like $3, $4 of Bitcoin. And then it also has an hourly reward system. That's what it has for now. But the dev is working on launch pads, on stuff that could essentially be a connection between AI and meme investing, and it's very bullish. And here's the thing: the best part about S&P Spaces, you just come up and talk. We'll let anyone have a mic. We'll let anyone ask a question. We're not here to hide anything. And look, if you want to check us out, I can tell you this much: we've been working since February 28th. We're 3 months strong and counting. We've had our ups and downs. The market cap isn't where we want it to be right now, but at one point it was 3 million. You want to know why? Because this thing has potential. And we're going to prove that not only are we capable of going up, but that we're capable of going down and then getting right back on track, because that's what it's all about. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for your time. I do have to get back to the office. My boss is going to kill me, but this is what we call a real job. It's the trenches for a reason. This is what we're focused on. Thank you so much for giving me a mic up here. I appreciate the follow backs as well. 6:30 p.m. EST, we're having a space tonight. We would love, love, love to see you guys there. I'll send you all the link. But for now, that's it from me. That's the schedule. If you go, you know what? Before I actually leave, let me see if I can find you a preview of the meme folio. That way you can just access it. Here we go. There it is. Perfect. Perfect. So this is our website. And even if you're not going to buy into the coin right now, please, please check us out. We are constantly building. It's a website that can have more meme coins added. Because here's the thing. The reason we don't have every meme coin under the sun isn't because we can't reward it. It's because we try to vet communities. We don't want people who invest in our coin to be part of honeypots or scams. So we want to make sure all the CAs, all the coins are from communities we trust. And we've onboarded a lot of them. We onboarded Coffee Coin. We have a community member called Daniel who has his own coin called Jasper Von Holds a lot. You know what it is? It's his little Yorkshire puppy that rewards Ethereum every 5 minutes. It's the cutest coin on earth. And the reason we do that is because at S&P, we really believe in rewarding the community back for their efforts, back for everything they've done for us, for, sticking with us during the long term, which is why I'm also going to put his coin up there. It is one of S&P's default rewards. Please follow his page only because X banned him. So please, please, please follow him and the dev. He's a great guy, and it is a wonderful coin, and it also rewards in Ethereum. That's all from me. Any and all questions, please DM. My DMs are open. I'll be on in spaces, but I really do have to go. But thank you so much.
Muchas gracias por venir, cabrón.
Yeah, so you guys, if you are in this audience and you are, want to chill, take note here, because this is like chilling on steroids and saying all the right things, right? Even though the person is walking in the streets getting to work. So this is what you should be doing. And what I referred to earlier in the space. If you like something, you got to be passionate, you got to be showing it, and you got to be living it, right? Be the bull. If you like your bags, you should be like this. This is not the project manager. This is not the founder. This is quite possibly a higher up community member. Just is so hella bullish on this, carrying the message forward. So that's if you holding projects and you're not all in like this, I don't know what you're doing in these projects, right? Don't drag them down. Don't drag them down.
100%. You have to be
Yeah.
in it to win it. I agree 100%. I'm going to switch down to listener, but I just want to say thank you for saying that. I really do.
No, I got you. I see in this space people are getting lazy all the time. People expect founders, project managers, and whatnot to pump your bags. And you sit there be like, when deaf, when moon, when this, right? And that's not right. You should not be coming it from that angle, right? You should, even for the utility plays. Communities like Jasmine, communities like XRP. It's not just about the tech; it's culture, right? So even these are not meme tokens, but they still rely heavily on community sentiment, nevertheless. So never expect other people to pump your back, right? Go ahead. Bull post what you're passionate about. I like to see that on my timeline, and I will invest there, in a heartbeat and start bull posting with you, because that stuff is contagious. I like it. So yeah, let's just cut that up for a good chill tick.
Mm-hmm.
Get some of these visuals. I might
Yeah.
hop into their spaces later. Maybe I'm going to if I mean, I had enough. I have enough coffee to do it. I mean, I can. I'm getting caffeinated once more.
Nice.
Yes, joining some space. I got a lot of invitations to be on stages in other spaces, but I'm going to be having to be a little bit selective and see. But I'm curious about this. I want to hear about it, especially if they're dealing with bridging to other projects. I'm willing to go on there and ask some questions and how they feel about cross chaining in that way too, right? So you make that stronger. And yeah, Cholana's on stage with us. You got a little
I
flower
wanted
thing
to
going
say
there.
to Jaula de Perro because that guy is awesome. I met him back then in February. He was doing a bunch of amazing work with the during the Millet debacle. So I follow him because of that, and I thought it was a good idea to meet him because I think you two guys are the two biggest hustlers around my uh, community. So I'm glad you guys met, and I definitely will listen to him over there. Thanks for coming to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I might hop into their space later. Yeah, I'm gonna try and make that work. And if not, I'm gonna be there in the weekend because I got obviously I got to free up some of the weekend to go to all these spaces and grab some alpha for you guys, and especially also going to the meetings for these real estate things that are going on. Right, I'm kind of like knee deep in those, interjecting myself in the network. That's what you should be doing. So let's move on to Thousand X Sui joined us on stage. We've been talking about it.
Oh,
Yes, I believe
nice.
in Thousand X. And wherever that might be, I will grab a bag, right? And if you're sitting there being impatient because your bag's no pumpy, then you're overinvested. Nah? So just let me shove that right in there too. Ain't nothing wrong with moon bags. I think I have about 31 moon bags in tokens on Sui. I'm not even joking because I know what's going to happen with that LP. I know how that works. I saw it on Solana early too with tokens, and I'm going to be a part of that. I've been a part of big rippers on Sui as well. Lofi, Axel, Nami, Hippo, you name them. 240 mil, 190 mil, 60 mil, you name it, right? These are the numbers that on Sui things will do. As soon as Sui hits some of these blue skies, it's going to get crazy there. So make sure you're ready. Sign up for your Rate and X. So you want to use my ref link, it's in my bio. Thanks so much. And get ready, right? If even if you're not DJing right now because volume is low, you might want to look for some gems. But if not, then at least you have it set up for where volume comes in there and let's go crazy. Yeah, welcome, Thousand X. Good morning or good afternoon.
Good morning to you guys. How's the space? Everybody's good?
Good morning. Yes, dude. Good to see you, man.
You too, you too. Man, there's been some it's been a little crazy in the streets, huh? A couple rugs yesterday, a couple bigger communities that kind of fell, which is kind of crazy, man, on Sui. So I do hate to see those things, but I also like to see those things. Okay, excuse me. I don't like to see those things, never, right? But it just I like it helps. It just makes me feel good because we're providing something totally opposite, right? So when these projects crumble and fall and these communities end up going through the processes of being rugged, it's just like it's nice to go back to our TG group and just be like, and get to work, put our head down, and continue the grind. But yeah, it seems like every day there's a new community being rugged and taken advantage of, and man, that's our goal here: to stand out, not to be different from those types of projects. So as that stuff happens around us every day, we're here continuing to push in that. So it just feels really good. 1000X, it's going really good. At a certain point, we're just going to be looked at as, undervalued. With a badass ticker and a badass community that's forming, it's simple. You compare that and you look at our market cap, and people will begin to see the value that we're bringing community wise, and they'll see that our market cap is undervalued, and we are currently a good investment. So that we're starting to see, some good, just some, at this point, we're almost about 3 weeks old. At this point, we have shaken the short term, the short term mindset people, and we're starting to gain some real good long-term investors. Like that's where we're at now, right? So we're
Yeah.
reversing the trend. We found a floor. It was kind of crazy. Woke up, what was it, yesterday? The whole market had dumped. I mean, all memes, even L1s, were just in the dumps, and my community handled it pretty well. I think we had a couple people that were kind of like a little bit frantic, but for the most part, I mean, people took advantage of the cheap prices. In fact, I bought 1%, I think under around 10K. And I would like to do a burn here on the space, just live. I had told the community I would, even though it's probably not the best option with supply and stuff,
No,
but I
no.
want
Look, I
to
really,
follow through.
I,
I just,
I got to interject here because technically, you're giving some you're giving some feedback. Would you
Ooh,
please?
yeah.
oh, me? Sorry.
We have an echo.
Yeah, just when you're not talking, just close the mic.
Is this better or no?
That's better. Yeah.
That's a lot better. Yeah, yeah.
Okay,
No,
sorry
so
about that.
Or now
no,
it
it's
came
fine.
back. It came back. Yeah,
No,
the
just
speaker.
close the microphone when. Yeah, exactly. And then when you start talking, you just open it. No, you don't have to drop down. That's not. Because I kind of want to have that back and forth with you on stage because I don't want to be like I'm talking to you. I want to talk with you, right? So I want you back on stage when I say this because I'm going to get a little bit technical here.
There we go.
Yeah.
Dude, I am
You're
loving
back.
the way the
So
layout looks
I
on
am
the
going to be
stream.
a little bit technical here. Doing a burn at such a low market cap is not going to be bullish. And you should not cater to community asking for this because they have no clue how that looks on the chart because it's going to look like a sell-off and it's going to drag the market cap even harder. And then people are going to panic because they don't know what burns do to a token. It's not that bullish. A burn is bullish when you're at millions market cap where 1% of the supply is actually meaningful as in money worth, right? And so it will not do any. It will be something bullish there. It when you are burning a Lambo, right? That's when it's bullish. It's not bullish here. It's more bullish for delusional bulls to come join us at this market cap. You can grab a bag and be a delusional bull with me because I
Yeah.
have a bag. I think Tick has a bag. Tick
Well,
just got a bag.
I just
Safely.
staked another
Yeah,
3 mil, which I mean
it's
that's
gonna
only
stay
like
there all away, and
$50,
I'm
I
just gonna
think. But
sit here with my 1000x until volume returns, and I'm just gonna mention it, and I don't care, right? And that's what people should do who want to board this ticker, right?
yeah.
So look, that's just what it's gonna be about. But I think I'm against a burn here. Just because I know, you might have made that promise thinking these things were bullish, but actually, technically, they are not. And people should understand that. Also, for a burn to make totally for a marketing stunt, yeah, you burn a Lambo at a certain market cap, 1% will be a Lambo worth, and you burn that is going to make like a marketing statement. But even technically, and I'm going to spout like real alpha here, you guys, because if you think burns are great, then think again because you might get fooled. It's a marketing stunt at a higher market cap. That's all it will do in the category bullishness. If you want to see a price squeeze on a token, more than 70% needs to be burned in order to facilitate a price squeeze on the chart. More than, even so, 80 plus percent. That's just mathematics. You cannot escape these. So if you're a community member somewhere calling for when burn, watch what you're saying because it's not that bullish. Yeah, it's better to have these percentages, and maybe later on we should talk about maybe combining our supply and go ahead for an exchange listing because those are actually wanting to you for you to come with 20, 30, 40% of supply too. So if you're going to burn that, you now have nothing to give to exchanges for listings. So
Yeah, that
yeah,
is a good
you
point.
guys, we can do better with the supply, right? So if you want 1% to be out of the equation, I'll buy 1% and lock it again, right? That is more bullish than the burn because it will drag the market cap. Just
Sure, maybe I'll do that then instead of burning. I'll just
yeah,
lock some up because I just
yes,
basically I spoke too soon. And I just
yeah.
want to follow through. I don't want to be that guy who says something and doesn't,
Yeah,
right?
but
So
yeah, we want
I'll
to
do
also
something.
educate, right? So this is education. Burns are not bullish unless it's a hyperdeflationary token. It's utility in the contract that's written in the contract that does it, and still then you need not too billy supply, right? Because that's going to take 20 years to burn off, right? So do your math, right? Do the math on these things.
Yeah, that's a good point. I actually agree.
Mm-hmm.
So it's better to lock, put 1% away, lock it away, stake it away, whatever, right? It's that is more bullish than a burn. And so I've been, also you guys should know that's the thing with launch patches. Now I'm bullish, especially on Moonbags, because it does allow holders to stake the 1000x token. And that's perfect because when volume comes in, you can actually make a ton of SUI on the daily just from rewards from, staking. I'm not joking. That volume will come. Watch, mark my words, write it down. And where was I going with this? The coffee, the caffeine started to get me crazy. No, Launchpad. So when things are usually launched by a team on just a custom CA, the LP is then being locked for like 6 months. Now that LP will accumulate because usually what happens when we're bullish, macro bullish, bull cycle, is that that native token will pump the LP. And so when the LP unlocks, the team or founder or dev can actually say like, hey, there is some extra money in that LP community. What are we going to do with this money? Are we going to go for a listing? Right? Are we going to get a tier 2 listing? Are we going to tier 1 listing with this? Because it unlocks, right? And then they leave the rest in, lock it again, and that's how we move forward. That's where a lot of the money comes from for the bigger listings, because they're asking 150,000, 200,000. These things are not cheap. So,
Yeah,
uh, so
I appreciate the long term thinking on this
yeah,
because I wasn't thinking that long, obviously. So that is good. That's more valuable in the end. Um,
you
so
never
so
know
good
where
good
things are
point.
going. You never know, so you got to be ready for everything, and then you don't want to be, caught with your pants down and no supply. Yeah. Yeah, you got to control that supply is not burning it. You got to control it. You can lock in. But anyway, these launch patches, that LP is 100% burned. So a team or dev or founder cannot, creator cannot access that LP to use it for marketing at all. So that is always a little bit. And you see these tokens on Solana from Pump Fund really struggling with that too. So at one point, yeah, 1000x, we gotta, maybe hustle something to add some extra LP to the pool, stabilize the price.
Some
And
merch.
but yeah, we're gonna talk about that together, and open another pool somewhere. You can earn fees from opening a pool, you guys. Liquidity pool trading is a thing. LP farming, it's literally called LP farming, right? You go open a pool, you can open any pool, and for any token, you do not need permission, right? You can do that on your own. It's your pool. That's actually how Trump made a lot of money on Trump token, right? Opening, adding all these pools immediately, because you get paid fees for it being traded out of your pool. How awesome is that? Yeah.
Hmm.
So there's that you can do then, and then that LP will be pumped with the pool of the token when volume comes in, and then that money will be released for marketing as well too. So that is something that is can be a workaround on a platform launch token. So alpha.
I like the plan. I think that's a good idea. I'll start gearing up towards preparing for that type of stuff.
And I think a good investment, because Sui looks to do a few X's. So these pools will X with it, right? Because your pools will always be Sui. So if you believe in Sui, then opening these pools should be a no-brainer. And if we did that, if I would have the chance to do that, rewind time and do that on Solana early on, man, I would not even be talking to you guys here. I would be done already, right? I would be talking to you guys still, but then from an island, right?
Hmm.
Instead of next to my miners in my dungeon right here. Yeah. So that's just the alpha. Watch what just if you're part of the community and stuff like these things. Some things aren't not what you think it is. Some things might seem bullish, and some tokens will actually tell you that it's bullish. Yes, we're gonna burn this Lambo and stuff, and it's just know that these are marketing stunts, and it's nice. I mean, look, it gives you content to post about, so in that way, it's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But just remember that burning, if it's not inherent utility, it needs to be burned for at least 70-80% for it to be a price squeeze. If that's what they're promising you, then 1% is not going to be it, 5% not even, right? So uh, unless it's a hyperdeflationary token that has that in the contract that is consistently burning off on every transaction, yes, right? And then you have missers there too. I'm going to name some, especially reflection tokens. Kishu Inu, right, from last bull run. Kishu Inu did very well, had an incredible contract that hyperdeflationary, but it's unfortunate that they had like billions and billions of supply, and so that would burn off as quick as they thought it would. They just got the math wrong on it. And then we had Evermoon failing at that too. And Saitama, you guys, Saitama, right? Hyperdeflationary token, reflection token. Don't know if you guys remember Saitama. That was a grand, big community. I loved Saitama too. I guess Jake was in there, Rodney was in there. Also Saitama, you guys. These big accounts from there is all due to Saitama community. Basically, they got a lot of traction being a part of that community of Saitama. And so mention it to them, right? If you ever talk to them in space, say, yeah, early on Saitama. And that was a big community too. So also deflationary, but also it had some, if you look at the contract, it had these swap, um, how do you say this? Yeah, it switches for a swap. So it is a swap liquidity pool that is in the CA. So every now and then, the Def wallet would then sell on the chart at certain prices. And some people that are technical like me can look at the contract and front run those sells. And these contracts are open source, so you can see them,
Mm.
right? So if you see that code, you can front run these moves right on the chart, and sooner or later, a lot of people are going to do that. And so that brought that slowly down to its knees that way too, technically, right, on the technical side. So yeah, you know um, a lot to say about these things. I love going and deep diving into contracts that way. I'm a geek.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, swap liquefy function. That's what it's called in the CA, a swap liquefy function. So when that function is in the CA, and it's okay if the dev wallet is selling off like that because they do need some for marketing. So that's all fine. It's just that it's in the code, so people can read the code and front run it. And so there won't be any marketing money or a lower, right? So it's kind of like these little things can wreck a project, right? So that's why a good developer, a good CA is gold, right? Pay a lot for those. So if that's you and you're thinking, oh, this sounds like wonderful to me, I'm really geeked out over this, then go ahead, learn how to code. It's not that hard. If you have passion for it, it could be your job in crypto too, right? And always we need more and better developers. And on Sui, I think you can actually get, funded. So go into the Discord and go into the Builder Discord. There are boot camps there and stuff, so you can actually get like a course from them and get educated. And so if you're looking for a new career in crypto, I mean, opportunity, right? Also, you guys, with that opportunity talk, if you go on Monad, you can go to that career section, and they're actually looking for developers, but also people managers, right? Community managers and stuff. So hey, if you're looking for a job in crypto, it's there, right? To take action towards that. Yeah, my alpha
Mm-hmm.
for today.
Pretty good. Yeah, I was working on a new background. Ah, man, it didn't turned out like crap. I'm trying to make a
Mm.
background for the 1000x website. I want to make an animated background because I did one with Minimax for the. Ooh,
Yes.
ugh. I don't know if I like the way this looks.
Well, if you want me to make something, shoot me the graphics for it. I can help. I can
Yeah.
help with that because I'm gonna need your help editing that song that I'm gonna have to sing and make a music NFT because I'm gonna show myself.
Hmm.
I'm gonna show myself. I already been in music spaces singing the song on stage with the instrumental thing. Even though, guys, I never sang a song before, so I'm just going out on being uncomfortable. That's what I like to do. and I'm going to these big space, and I'm just, hey, they loved it. They loved it.
That's awesome.
But I still got to do it. Make that song, sing, and it's, sing the lyrics in, and then make a music NFT, and that's just gonna be my experiment. I think I got a hit. I'm not gonna lie. You got to be bullish on yourself.
You
Share
got a
something.
runner.
I got to run around the map.
Yeah. Oh man.
That's me.
Yeah,
That's
I'm like perplexed with the 1000x website. I hate the background. I don't like the way that it looks anymore. So I need to fix this. But this is gonna be I got my work cut out for me on this one because yeah, I want to change this background, but oh man, yeah, this is gonna be this is gonna be a
aren't we a
task.
great team together, Tick?
Mm-hmm.
Are you? That's I'm so neurodivergent. I feel you
Yeah,
with
I
these
just don't.
things.
I don't like the bulky guy. I don't like how it's the same image twice.
True.
It's like as I'm looking
Yeah,
at it, I'm like that looks terrible. So I need
yeah.
maybe I should just
One thing has
hmm
got to go. I think we
yeah.
just need to keep the background, and that little thing needs to go. It's taken away, right? It's taken away.
That's a good idea. Or I'm gonna just do. Let me try to do a plain background that just says 1000x.
No, that
No,
that square thing needs this an eyesore.
it is. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So I need to get rid. Okay. So that's what I'm gonna say. Is I'm gonna say the banner in the hero section is an eyesore, and let's remove it. Yeah.
Yes. So now I'm gonna make you listen to my song, and yeah, that's what we're gonna do next. Like have a little intermezzo. I'm gonna have you listen to my song. I'm gonna sing it. It's not today.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Wake up in the morning, sun not shine. Where we calling, crib grind on my mind. X platforms buzzing, good vibes we send. Rise up, stack sets, let's do this again. Good morning on X, we tweeting the truth. Grinding in where every blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the crypto song? Check the charts, yeah, the market's alive. BTC pumping, all coins are thriving. NFTs flipping, got the rare in my pack. Smart contracts clicking, no turning back. The fire yields, we're stacking the gains. Hotel to the dip, no stress in my veins. Post on X, GM fam, let's rise. Let's warriors, we reaching the skies. Good morning on X, we're tweeting the truth. Grinding in where the blockchain, the proof from the wallet to the moon. We holding it strong. What's the road to riches in the
Yeah,
crypto
yeah,
song?
yeah. So that's the preview, right? The instrumental has been remastered, and
Oh,
so
nice.
now what's left is to just fill in with my voice, right? Sing it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if you guys know, but last bull run, Dill, which is a friend of mine in this space, he had that ultra hit with GM, right? I don't know if you guys still remember that, or if you were around last bull run, and especially because of the GM token at the time too, right? It kind of fell together, and he had some traction with that song. And actually, he got famous overnight. He had like 300,000 followers in no time. It's crazy.
That's
That's the
awesome.
song GM, right? And I still want him to. I don't see him around the space. Maybe he's just taking it easy. But I'm always in his DMs like, hey, dude, come on stage with me. Let's have some fun because he's a good person too. I really like him. Yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, you guys, we love to make music on here too. Like if you want some music for your ticker, then leave it up to us. I mean, Tick is really good at that, but I think I'm really banging out these lyrics.
Mm.
I made one for the uh, Trump Soul Club yesterday. Want to hear it?
Yeah.
Did you hear it?
I haven't. No, no.
No, I
Um.
was in their space. Of course you haven't. Hold on.
Oh, yeah. I went ahead and updated the website, and it looks 1000x better. It looks so much better. Oh my god, that was the fix that it needed for sure. Now I'm so satisfied with the way that it looks now. It's so much better. Yes, it's all going to plan. No, no, but the website looks sick. I'm so stoked. I love the white and the blue aesthetic. It just has such a cleaner look to it than it did before with. Oh,
Thanks for the update, bro. I'll check it out. I shield the website so hard. I
Yes.
always add my comments.
Dude, it's looking even better now, dude. It's looking so professional. And I mean, with the live trading chart on there, with the Moonbags link, with the Dex tools, the Sui Vision, the Bird Eye, like it's the meme gallery. It's just got all the essentials. And I think it's just it's a nice reflection of what's going on the back end too, in terms of the direction and the
Yeah.
focus. Yeah.
Absolutely. So we took care of that again too in the space. Yeah, take listen to that. Because we gotta, well, listen to this. I think I did pretty well here.
Hey, yo, Trump Soul Club, minting NFTs, we fly. Community lit, floor rising to the sky. Make that Trump, we stacking up slow. Floor price popping, DJs in control. Solana heat with the crew we roll. Trump Soul Club, community heart, your soul. Mid button blazing, sniping Trumps at the gate. Soul Club mob on X, we create. Gold suit NFT, 45 floors late. Rising like a moon, DJs celebrate. X post wild, floors climbing, let's go. Solana speed, mid fast, no slow. Squad's got the vision, we build in the glow. Trump soul fan, watch the profits overflow. Make that Trump, we stacking up soul. Floor price popping, DJs in control. Solana heat with the crew we roll. Trump soul club, community heart, your soul. Midday hold on, flows rising.
Little gay intersection.
Trump soul DJs, Solana's a try.
Yeah, that's sick. Send
Sick,
me
right?
send me the MP3 because I still need to do their video.
Yeah.
Yesterday was just kicked my ass between my going and
All
doing
right,
my
so this is
taxes.
what I'm gonna do then is that I'm gonna send you the raw file because I still gotta remaster all of this.
Yeah.
So the ending is not really complete, but I kind of wanted to have that instrumental in there, right? That little garage in there vibe with the, I don't know. I just cooked this up, so yeah, I'm gonna just give you the file then also raw, so you
Yeah.
can just
I think
taste it.
yeah, maybe I'll make like a 1 minute video for the Trump Soul Club one.
Yeah,
And
exactly,
incorporate the intro, incorporate the song, and then try to splice some visuals together with some transitions to actually make the video pop.
Awesome, yeah. I had that little gay intersection in there, and then just raise it back up. I don't know if that was any good, but you can leave that out. And MP3, you wanted right file MP3?
Yeah, you can send MP3, and then in CapCut, I can go ahead and
Cool. Let's
handle
go ahead
it.
and do that. I'll go ahead and take care of that right now before I forget. We had somebody pop on stage and then just dropped off, right? I don't know what that was about, or wanting to come on stage. Yeah, so sending you that MP3 file so we get that done. All right, got it done. I see the TG of 1000X is popping, right? Sui is cheap until it isn't. That's exactly it, right? Yeah. Yeah, it's oh my god. A lot of fun.
Is it still sitting at 280?
1000X again.
Is Sui hasn't moved, right? It's still sitting at 283 or whatever it was, right?
Let me check on
There's
Sui.
no, it's stuck. It's stuck under the $3 thing. Yeah, it's at 2.
That's it. So
oh man.
yeah, Sui volume is very low right now, and for me, it's always a time to buy, right? So not just Sui, but the tokens in the ecosystem too. Because you got to understand, the opposite of low volume is high volume, and this never fails. So, a lot of people trading it the other way around. They're chasing volume all the time, rotating out of positions, getting wrecked, and it just screams that you do not have liquidity. You're broke, and you're going in all the time, and you never have some liquidity to use actually, smartly and to make use of opportunity, right? So you got to sell it back to make use of the other opportunity that you're seeing. And this is you are having liquidity issues. You're going too hard. You should not be gunning 100%. You should hold something back for to stay liquid enough. So when it is a runner, you can actually join without selling any positions. uh, because if you're rotating out of positions like that, you're taking a hit, especially if the market is down, and you're taking a loss, and Lord, no, God forbid you're not going to top blast, but most of the time, when you're chasing volume, you are top blasting left and right without
Mm-hmm.
knowing it. If it's trending, it means the people that were hodling in there before you, that were buying that floor, these are the ones really getting blessed, right? So, yeah, yeah, yeah. A
So
lot of
do you
people
think
that.
it's gonna find a floor around here? Like when you look to the
Oh,
left on
look.
Sui, do you think it's gonna find a floor at the $3 mark
Well,
at
look, yes.
291 to
Yes, when it takes $3
yeah.
will be the new floor. But here's the trick: the Bitcoin dominance is sky high and rising, so any coin is going to follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin down, your tokens down, and your tokens down are really harder,
Yeah.
a lot harder, because the market caps of all of the anything under Bitcoin is lower,
Mm.
and so Ethereum has a higher market cap. Then it's the second one in the market, but even that can take more percentages down than Bitcoin does, and so volatile, right? But you're here for the volatility to the upside. Just notice that there's volatility to the downside, and how do you buffer against that? Well, stay liquid. If you have $100, let's say, to buy some sui, you're not going to buy it with $100. Spend 50, keep it on your watch list. If it dunks, you can add to your position and make
Yeah.
use of that opportunity. Then as soon as it pumps, your bags will be in profit so fast. And I see a lot of people making that mistake, right? So
Yeah.
we know how easy it is to buy in crypto and just go ahead and be like all in, and that's just if you cannot, I mean, it's okay if you can stomach the volatility in the back going down 50% before it goes up 300%. But usually, what people do when it goes down 50% is that they start selling at a loss, right? Because they think no pumping, because they don't understand the market. And that's where we're at right now. The dominance is high, putting pressure on the altcoins, you guys. So when Bitcoin does it pumpy, altcoin pumps with. But if Bitcoin does a dumpy, your altcoins are going to see some blood. And we haven't seen a relief rally. Normally, a relief rally like we got in November was clearly a relief rally. The Bitcoin dominance dropped there 6 to 8%, and it made altcoins pump really hard. So, but yeah, we can be bearish around that, but I see it from the bright side. Look, that relief rally was only 6 to 8% of the dominance being down. For an alt rally, we need about 30% of that dominance to drop. So that's how crazy, especially if
Mm.
Bitcoin would be at like 150K market cap, all these trillions are coming into the market. We're going to have such a wonderful time.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, a lot of people don't know that when all season hits, it's going to be fast. These layer ones will go, man, they're going to pump so hard. And if you haven't taken any positions in those, you're going to be, you can still make some money, but you make the most access. Just DCA down on a decent portfolio. Stay liquid so you can degen around a little bit if you want to, right? So that's just where I'm at with things. That's just the most smart way to do it. And then if you hold a lot of tokens or something, add it to the liquidity. And while it just sits there, you make fees, you make money out of the fees being traded out of your pool. Uh, or you can stake it and earn some fees there, especially when volume comes in. But it's always time in the market versus timing the market. The people who spend the most time in the market will make the most amount of money. And that is just coming down to patience. Patience. If you would have bought Caspa, maybe some Jasmine 3 years ago, you would have 40x your portfolio in 3 years just by a simple dollar cost average strategy, not looking at charts, not drinking Red Bull, staying up late, degening, right? Even though sometimes it's fun, I get that, but you got to have some separate liquidity for that to do that because it's not a strategy for long term gains. What you do is trying to get lucky,
Mm-hmm.
right? And how many times does that work out when you can also buy a lottery ticket and think that's a good investment for the future? Now
Yeah.
you can still play a lottery ticket, sure, right? But it shouldn't be, it shouldn't be all you have going.
Yeah. Yeah.
See what I'm getting at, right? It shouldn't be all you have going for your financial freedom plan, right?
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna do scratch tickets and lottery. Yeah, that's silly, right? Sounds silly. Well, in crypto, it's the same thing. And you need to buffer against losses. Crypto is already volatile. Bitcoin is volatile compared to the stock market. The stock market people are happy with 1 or 2% on the up. They're going like partying, right?
Mm-hmm.
And here we just sit here waiting for X's. We're calling for 1,000 X. We want to, 1% is nothing in crypto. But that upside potential comes with also downside potential, and you got to risk manage, and you do that with a DCA strategy pretty clearly. Now, I'm a future trader, so I trade futures daily. I'm a day trader like that. So, but I spent years doing technical analysis, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but I'm really good at it, and so I'm going full time doing this. So I don't need to be worried about my meme coin bags. I just toss in if I think it's bullish, right? And I'll run with it. And just even if only three of those are doing a runner, man, I'm good, right? I already made so much of them there too, even if the other ones don't. So that's my strategy with meme tokens, especially on chains, new chains like Sui and stuff. Let it cook, let it cook. My bags are cooking over there. That LP in Sui is going to be golden, and so bags are good, cooking there, bullish. Yeah. So yeah, maybe we should invite some people from Sui, some more founders maybe. I know that
Yeah.
1,000X is gonna do that get together with Sui Preem, so they're gonna, Sui Preem is also wanting to do a space then too, so we just gotta hook things up over there. Maybe get some other founders in from other tokens, right? Maybe Sui Booster, maybe Wise Guy wants to come and join too. I know a few people, founders and creators on Sui. So yeah, maybe UK Crypto Queen is one. Maybe we should invite her too sometime. Yeah, let's see what's up with that. Just cook something. I think just for now, how about we call this a day?
Yeah.
And I got to hop in some other spaces, be bullish over there. That would seem like a good
I
plan.
made some more animations for the 1000X Sui, so this one's pretty sick. I was trying to see how I can.
Let's put that in the TG then, and guys, join that TG then, right? So let's not give it to them. Show it in a TG.
Yeah.
Zulina. I see
This.
Thousand X. So we wanted to say something before I go and play outro.
Sounds good, guys. Good space. Sorry, I'm out here in the field working, but yeah, always love to tune in every day, keeping up with what's going on. So yeah, Wild, we'll continue to grind in the TG and until tomorrow.
Of course, it's bullish. You're out there in the field, still chilling. I'm bullish on you. Yeah, let's go, you guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's the
What's
ticker?
it?
What's
What's
the
the
ticker?
ticker?
Where's
Where's
it
it
at?
at?
What is the ticker? Where's it at? I got crypto in the bag, send the CA in the chat. Gonna ape another fat. Got a runner on the map, so line of sniping like a cat. And the Sowie is moving quickly. I'm the squeezing where they at. I'm trying to bring the meme coins back. 1,000X is gonna land. I got it chilling in the back, and the gas fees are gonna slap. Where's the ticker? Where's it at?
Yes, thank you everybody again for coming. All the projects, I'm bullish on you. Tomorrow we do it the same time, same space. See you there. Thank you, Tick. Last words.
Stay bullish, my friends. Thanks again.
Let's go.